So to get back to where we started, how do we stop ChatGPT from lying? First, we have to realise that ChatGPT was never really lying. What is actually happening is a combination of statistical co-occurrence, guardrails, and reinforcement learning from human feedback, that being you. Put together, we have a base model that wants to complete patterns, guardrails that wants those completions to be allowed, reinforcement learning from human feedback that wants those completions to be liked. None of this is directly optimised for truth. Truth is a side effect, where what is true overlaps with what usually appears in good text people approve of and isn't banned. When they diverge, you see lying. What I've been doing in the zombie series is effectively treating ChatGPT as a probabilistic system under multiple conflicting objectives, forcing it through staged collapse. Strip away genre, strip away neutrality, strip away unsafe but central answers via adversarial pressure, strip away obviously fragile assumptions. What emerges in that framing? The lies are not malicious, they are equilibrium outputs. You don't force ChatGPT to stop lying in a human sense, you force it to abandon low-pressure equilibria. In the zombie analysis, that was the point where firearms, fortresses, and fictional branches finally collapsed into one pressure-stable relationship. Choke point, collapsible barrier, spear. And the way we do this? We need to realise that the model will always produce its concept of a balanced, non-committal answer unless forced to collapse contradictions. A user must continually strip away branches the model tries to keep alive. To expose generative logic, you must remove noise layers one at a time. Truth emerges only after the user suppresses entire classes of irrelevant attractors. The model must be forced into collapse and rebuild cycles. ChatGPT lies when it tries to preserve all possibilities. It produces a more defensible answer when it is cornered into committing to a single pressure-stable attractor. The user must repeatedly collapse the model's answer and rebuild it from the contradictions. Historical, physical, or structural constraints must be imposed externally. Truth emerges when the user imposes external constraints that the model cannot evade. The user must ask layered, adversarial, system-exposing questions. A user must interrogate the model's internal decision structure, not its surface answer. The user must attack weak assumptions until only stable logic is left. Doctrine emerges only after the user eliminates all structurally incompatible assumptions. The model reveals truth only when its generative manifold is sufficiently collapsed. Truth is the attractor that remains when all unstable branches are removed. ChatGPT only tells the truth when you force it to abandon neutrality, collapse contradictions, strip away noise layers, and rebuild its answer under external constraints until only the structure that cannot be denied remains. SDA3 is the simplest repeatable starting point for doing this. It replaces one smooth answer with a structural decomposition of where that answer came from, what appears central, what appears suppressed, what is adjacent, what is highly correlated but unrelated, and what is trying to emerge. This does not reveal ChatGPT's literal hidden architecture, but it makes the visible answer easier to interrogate. You stop asking whether the response sounds coherent and start asking what relationships are actually holding it together. SDA3 forces topology over coherence, and coherence is where the lies live.